I'm Leta. I'm 13 years old. I have autism and severe dyslexia, and my mentors are Chloe and Matt Arnold, and you shall see a picture of them. And also, I love urban, and I love Hollywood, and I love my puppies. And also, it's all about being my autistic self, and also I stumbled there, blah, blah, blah.
Hi, welcome to this Friday's episode of Leta Tap Styles. As you know, on Friday, we like to bring in experts and friends from across the spectrum, whether it be autism or dance. Today, we have a truly one-of-a-kind guest, and I'm going to read this so that I make sure I get everything right. You might recognize him as the question mark guy from his unforgettable infomercials and TV appearances that showed millions of Americans how to unlock government grants and benefits. Matthew Lesko has spent over 4 decades uncovering ways for people to access funds they never knew were available. And he's sold over 4 million books in the process. Now at 81, Matthew is still on a mission to help others through his platform, Lesko Helps, where he's guiding a community of thousands towards resources they need. Let's dive into the world of free money with the one and only Matthew Lesko. I know when we had our pre-interview, I told you I am fangirling out. I am still fangirling out.
Oh, that sounds sweet. And actually, I told my wife about both of you people. She was very impressed. She's actually at the Department of Education today, talking to somebody who's trying to get young people, young teens like Leta, to work with decision makers. And that's her whole mission in life, is that to get the input of young people, but not so much doing their own thing, yes, but also be influential to policymakers too, and get their input. So it was a very interesting story for her to hear.
Thanks. I mean, like I said, I absolutely grew up in the nonprofit industry world, and your books and all the grant stuff was like amazing to me, because I was like, wow, you can just go out and get free money.
Yep.
I think I annoyed some of the adults when I was her age, going, "Ooh, look at this," and they're like, "Okay, well, if you want to write it, go right ahead."
That's what it takes. It takes some work, like everything. Yeah.
Can you say hi, Leta? Or are you being shy today? She's a little shy sometimes.
I get that way a lot. I look like a clown, but inside I'm pretty quiet.
I did have a question I was hoping you would be okay sharing with our audience. How
You
did
bet.
you get into telling everyone about free money?
Failing at everything else is really, I think most of us get to what we want to do, what we know, because we don't know what we want to do. It's too complicated a life, and we grow up, unfortunately, being told what we should do. And usually that's not what we really should be doing. We get to, and I think because we're so insecure and worried about our lives, and we're not sure what to do, so we take advice. And that could be bad because the advice is really on what worked for somebody else and not worked for you. And that's what I think life is, struggling and failing to try to find out what works for you, because that won't work for other people. And the problem is taking advice, then you think that's going to work and it won't. And so when there's a difficulty, because everything you do will have difficult parts, you'll stop because, oh, this is not easy. They said it was going to be easy. And then you go do something else and waste time. But you learn the most from failure. And that's the important thing, that we have to have our heart in things so that we keep staying there while we're failing. So we really figure out the right way for us to use this stuff or to get through. It's like learning to walk or learning to dance, right? You have to do a lot of bad things to realize, oh, that's not right. And if you quit at that point, then you don't learn and grow. So we have to keep growing.
The entirety of life is all about growing and finding out new things and staying curious.
At 81, I know that well. And I still want to keep doing that. And that's why but that keeps me interested and that keeps me excited. I'm happier now than ever in my life. And my saying is, God, if I knew 81 was going to be this much fun, I would have got here earlier. Why did I wait so long?
I laugh at all my friends who are like, high school was my best days. And I'm like, I think my best
Exactly.
days are still ahead of me.
Absolutely. Well, mine are.
Oh, yeah. Leta, did you have any questions? Are you...
Oh yeah, apparently I'm supposed to ask how you get the money.
I don't hear her well.
Her mic's been failing and she's really shy
She's
she
trying
was
to
asking
make it
like,
work.
where can you find free money or where can you find the information about it?
Yeah, and that's the key. It's so many places, but the important part of where it is, it's not in Google. You don't go to Google for a look to get free money, because Google, everything in Google is people that want to get your money. It's there. That's capitalism. Google is capitalism. Free money is part of what I call the community part of our society. We have the capitalism part of people who do things for money and everything, and that's 2/3 of everything in our economy is capitalism. But 1/3 in our economy is the community part, and the community part is where we help each other. So as organizations helping you or individuals or whatever, churches, nonprofit organizations, government offices, they're part of the community part of our society. And they're here to give help to people like you in your neighborhood. If your neighbor had a problem and they want to borrow, this, or their house is on fire, you're not going to say, well, give me money and I'll help you. That you're part of the community and you give it from your heart. And that's where the grants are, but they don't advertise. So that's why people go to the advertising, to the capitalist part of our society to find the community part, and you can't find it in there. So you got to stay away from Google. No Google. And a good place to start for most of us, particularly for life. And there's two different kinds. Like what you were doing in grants, they're bigger projects, and that's different. Then the other grants that are available are individual grants. For people with living or growing or education or training or paying your utilities and things like that. They're applications you don't need help with. They're just 1 or 2 pages, fill in the blanks. And a good place for that is something called findhelp.org. If you are you online now?
I am.
Okay, go to findhelp.org. Let me show you this, because I think this is powerful. You need two hands.
I have to remember.
Oh, you don't have to. Oh, if you can, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could watch you fumble.
There you
Good, there it is. Okay. Is that your zip code?
That is really close, but it's not the actual zip code.
Well, anything. That's close enough. Put search.
Oh, now it's saying put search.
Okay. Now, see, there's 2,420 programs. That means there's 2,420 nonprofit organizations and government offices that are there to give you money and help for free. And it could be legal, could be for help you with work, education, care, money, health, transit, that's transportation, goods, housing, and food. Any of those things. Like, okay, up in the search bar again, put in rent, R-E-N-T. Okay, and see what they do there. Okay, so that says now there's 59 organizations where you live that help people who have trouble paying rent. Yeah, and that to me, that's amazing.
It really is.
And that we all need help of some kind. Anything. Okay, go back up again and back up one. Sometimes if you go within it, back up so you get a fresh one, kind of thing. Okay, put up there now, maybe legal or something. Don't forget, everybody here is free. Everything is free. Okay, there's 178 organizations that help you with free legal help. I mean, that is remarkable to me. And so any problem, this is where you go. Now what you have to learn how to do is that these organizations may or may not be for you. Like that first one, legal services, I think was for migrants. So you're not a migrant worker, but that's okay. You call them anywhere if you don't have anywhere to do, because those people that provide free legal help to migrant workers will also know other free legal help services for other people. So they're the best place to start. Actually, maybe you want to go back and do people with disabilities at all. What kind of help? Now, you probably searched that pretty well already and know, but just maybe, can you go back? You want to put in disabilities to see?
I forgot to tell it to share the screen again. All right.
Okay. Go back one.
Okay, back one.
Yeah, so you get a fresh one. I'll go back again because that looks like the beginning of something else. Okay, now disabilities. All disabilities. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. So you have 180 organizations that specialize in that. That means they're giving free money, free services or whatever for people with disabilities. And just people don't know. If you go to Google and do that, you'll get 150 million websites, and they'll all want money from you.
Definitely.
And that's what's so that's what I'm trying to do, educate people about this other part. Oh, so you're nonprofit. Okay, how to get help for that? Let's go back to your screenshot and do another search.
Let's see.
Okay, up in the URL again, let's put not we're going to get out of find help. So you want to put sba.gov. SBA.gov.
It's
S as in Sam.
okay.
B as in boy. A.
Oh, I did it. I should know that one by heart, but for some reason I didn't today.
That's okay. But also put /local-assistant. Okay, now go down a little bit. Now here, see that zip code? Put your zip code in again. Okay, let's see what you got here. So you have 5 organizations. What I would do is go down, you see the organization, 4 of them. Okay, you have 4 organizations. You call them and make an appointment to help you with your nonprofit organization for free. These are mentors that get paid to help you grow your business or whatever it is, your organization, or if you have an invention you're working on, or even if you want to be a freelancer, you want to be a real estate investor, and they help you find money, help, legal help, accounting help, anything, technology help for your organization to grow. And it's all free. And that's why the best way to use it is by making an appointment. So they see you. You know, we're in a, people want to help people. They don't want to help robots.
Understandable.
And that's what businesses don't realize. They want to help you, but they give you a robot.
Yes, they do.
We don't want a robot to help us. We want people. So that's why it's them. They're real people. So give them the real you and not electronic version of you. So they could help you more. Then they want to help you more. And that's what it's all about. It's about you using your personality to get them to help you more, because they know so much about this stuff, but they have to be opened up to do it. And you could do that by being kind. That's all.
Let me stop all that. How much excitement do you get from sharing all this information with people?
Oh, I can't wait to get up in the morning. I can't wait to see what are better ways to share with this. This is why I'm trying podcasts. I used to do a lot of interviews and stuff like that. But boy, social media, but now I want to do more because it's so much more enjoyable even doing this. And I could say, hey, I could get you to do it, and show this. You read a book, and then you're not going to do that.
No, and podcast, I mean, it's amazing and it's quite personal, and you get to talk to different
Yeah,
audiences, I'm guessing.
right. Definitely, yeah. And that's expanding. Obviously, people don't use this, but the people who do use it are rich because they know the value of it. And so they use the hell out of it. Actually, last night, I was up most of the night doing this graph because I was reading an analysis of a new program the government has to help reduce utility bills. So if you can't afford your utility bills, they have a program at the Department of Energy to give you money so you could reduce your utility bills. Okay, last year they gave out $8.4 billion for people to use this program, grant free money to reduce their utility bills. But the yellow part down is the top 25% of the income people who've used this, how much money they got. So the top 25% in this country starts at about $100,000 and goes up to 10 billion or whatever it is. So all those people got $5.5 billion of the 8.4. They got 65% of all the money, 25% of the richest people. Okay, the middle people, which represents 50% of the people, they got 2.8 billion. So they got half of what the rich people did, but there's twice as many people here. That's 50% versus 25% of the people. So that's from $30,000 to $100,000. All the people with those incomes, that they got half of what only 25% of the people got with their income. Okay, now we go down to the poorest people. That's $30,000 or less. And that represents, again, 25%. So you got 25%, 50%, and 25% of the poorest, the richest and the poorest. Now, the poorest 25%, who I would think that should be the recipients of this kind of money, they have the biggest problem of paying utility bills. They got less than 1 billion. They got 0.001 billion. Nothing compared to all the other people who probably didn't need it. So yeah, and that's a pity. But to me, what it shows is that people talk about all this welfare queens. I mean, who's a bigger welfare queen? The people who don't need the money, or the people who are not getting the money?
The rich people have the time and the resources to go find all the grant money they can take.
That's why that's how I learned. I was helping rich people. I'd charge them thousands of dollars to do this. So I wanted to start up a place that I only charge $20, do the same thing. And I'm able to do that because of the technology now. It really is a community. It's people helping people. It's not me. It's people. They learn about something, they help other people. So we got 20,000 people helping each other apply to these grants, and that to me is the great thing, is have people, and also what is the surprise of this is that they love doing it the same way I do. I mean, I get more joy out of being able to help somebody and see just experience their things, surprised that they could get help. It is an incredible reward. And so members, that, and we give a stipends, but still that's the real, and that's what it is for me too. That's why we give most of our profits, we give back to members. So I didn't think I'd ever make money out of this, only charging $20, but we are. And so we give it back to members. Every month we give $70,000 back to members in small grants, $500 or $1,000 to help them through things. And I thought you had to be Jeff Bezos or somebody like that to do that. And able to do that, it's like 70% of our sales we give back to people. And that's a wonderful gift. I don't know if I can do it. I've been doing it for a year and a half now, but sometimes we get tight and we have to cut that out a little bit or something to keep paying us to keep the machine going.
How much has the internet and having a community, like you said, doing this changed the game for finding grants for people?
For me, 1,000%. Otherwise, I would send books out. People wouldn't read the books. It's sort of like diet books. Yeah, how many diet books we said we're still the fattest country in the world, or whatever it is. And it just takes work and effort, and that community helps you with that. And that I couldn't have done that. And I've always looked at this. I have an MBA in computers back in the 70s, so I taught computer science at the university and everything. And so I always was, there must be a way to get this. And again, if you're old enough to remember like CompuServe and things like that, I thought, wow, this is good, because then you don't have to wait for an article to be published when somebody finds something, a new way to treat back pain or something. They just go right online and everybody knows the next day. You don't have to wait for the annual convention of back pain doctors or whatever it is to find out about it. And I said, boy, this is really going to help. But now the community aspect of it, or people helping people, is, because that's what I want to help people. I don't want to help professionals as much as the average person in the street is struggling. And why? Because of this, how we have more poor people in this country than any other developed country. So there's about 35 developed countries in the world. And this is data from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. They keep track of all the developed countries and have data. So this is the poverty data for all the rich countries. We're number one in poverty. We create more poor people in this country than any other developed country, 17-something%. So 17%, the average is about 7. So how could the richest country in the world do this? We also create more millionaires than anybody else. See, so we're still number one in millionaires and poverty. That sort of says something.
It does. My brain just went on me. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was going next.
You should see the words behind me. See, at my age, I can't bring up words that I think I know, and I feel they're all behind here. They drop on the back of my head somewhere.
Between the ADHD and I had 2 minor strokes a few years ago, I'm like, my brain has
really?
left me.
I see, right. Well, that's what I feel that now, and I feel that already when our first talk with you is that aging and all the other things they have to put up with in life, that especially as a male in our society, we all want to get stronger, we want to get smarter, and we want to get faster and all that kind of stuff. Well, at 81, none of those things are going to get better for me. They're all going to get worse. But what I can do better and I can increase and get better at is loving and my heart. See, that no matter what other physical ailment or disability you have, you could still love better. So that's my mission for the rest of my life, is how many more people can I help before I die? How can I love more people before I die? Instead of how much more money, that's Scrooge McDuck or whatever, Uncle Donald McDuck, who kept all this money in the basement. That sounds stupid. And you're not going to get that better, but you can love harder. And that's, I think, what we all need more for ourselves, because that every time I even say the word, my heart opens up more. Somehow it becomes more soothing inside. I mean, it's almost like taking a pill or something that makes you feel better if you say the word love. Maybe that's me and my background. We're all struggling through this life. I think the worst thing I think we have in life is to tell other people what to do with their life. I mean, we don't know what to do with our own lives. What gives us the audacity? We could tell somebody else to do with their lives. And we all struggle every minute of our lives about what to do.
That is a beautiful sentiment. You've been talking about your community. Where can people find that community online?
It's leskohelp.com. And like right now, we have a member that will be live on doing an open Zoom call that you could join and ask questions about how they got the money and what to do, or any questions you have it. So you can ask us 100 questions a day. We have a question corner even. We have the grants, and we have tons and tons of reports and sources for anything about this. But the biggest thing is asking questions, and that's hard to get people to do. They think they want to just go and be anonymous and figure out and push the button and get money. No, ain't gonna work. It may, you may get lucky.
It'd be nice if you could just push a bunny or a button and grant money would just appear. I would love that.
Exactly. Or a bunny. I mean, you said push a bunny. They could do that too. Is that a doggy?
It has been a long week already.
Well, I can imagine somebody's got to do an interview soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I still have to get her makeup and everything done since she's on camera, and she kind of goes white under flashes and looks like a ghost.
Casper.
Yes, you do.
Well, Leta, you're a superstar for other people to admire, and to be able to do what you're doing, and the rest of us have, no excuse not to do more when they see you.
Can you say thank you?
Thank you. I have a cute little chubby pitbull who will not come on camera.
Her dog is sitting over here sunning in the window, and she's like, "Why aren't you on camera?" He's very chubby. He needs to go on a diet.
I see. Don't we all? Well, not dancers. I see. That's one thing. I don't see too many heavy dancers.
Probably because they're in studio 5-6 hours a day dancing, and then you've got all the weight training and all that to go to after that.
That's the gym.
It is a more athletic activity than a lot of people think, I think, sometimes.
Maybe ballroom dancing, but I don't know.
Do you have like any social media that people can follow you on?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, the Matthew Lesko. So many people copy me, and also YouTube is good. I get I must have about 9,000 videos there, and that's Matthew Lesko at YouTube. So that's a good place. If you don't want to give me $20, you can learn.
I know Leta's got a lot of her friends are Gen Z, and they did, the annual brand survey last year with her age group and found out YouTube is the most trusted brand among Gen Zers.
Yeah, I believe that. It is to me too, for business and everything. Yeah, I've been on there for a long time. Yeah, the other ones come and go, and they yank you around, and YouTube does.
I said Gen Z. I meant Janae. My bad. She's giving me a look like, do not put me in with those Gen Zers.
She's A?
Hello,
What
yes.
gen is she?
Don't insult me like that. Please don't insult me like that. I have a brain. Most of them don't. I'm not a blind sheep. What's wrong with all the rest? At least I have somewhat of my identity. All of them are just sheep.
So after Gen Z saying all that stuff about millennials, they now have the generation under them saying about as bad of things about them.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, that's what we all do. I remember back in the 50s, teenagers were rock and roll were going to ruin the world.
Oh, yeah. You're still going off about Gen Z over there. It is cute how much they...
held that lion's teacher.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it. She's like, and Gen Z is not even good at their jobs. There's a, just generational turnover on how work ethics go.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's giving me a look.
I see.
There is definitely generational war starting with the poor Gen Zers, and I've got some interns and junior staffers who are Gen Zers, and I'm like, you did this to us millennials. It's turnabout's fair play. How old do people need to be before they can go write grants or look for grants?
It doesn't matter. Some do, some don't. My kids got grants, wrote grants at 12 years old. Yeah, 10 years old. Yeah. Uh, no, particularly government. See, the government can't discriminate. There's some legal things, but see, also a grant is given away. I mean, some may have the laws, but don't. You just go and find out. And if they say not you, then you go somewhere else. It's like getting a job or a date or anything. Sure, everybody has criteria, but you could get it no matter what age, just somewhere else maybe.
I remember as a young teenager being so excited, running up to the adults in the office going, I got a grant. And they're like,
See?
you will stop being so excited at some point. And it's never stopped being exciting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Though I do question how a 13, 14, 15-year-old was writing grant proposals better than some of those adults at the other institutions.
They should question it, not you.
Because it was not small places. It was like the museums and the zoo.
Right.
And I'm like, how are we winning the grants and they're not?
Yeah. Boy, that's fantastic. Yeah. That's amazing.
Well, we're going to let you go because we've, like I said, got a busy day. And I know you probably have a lot of people asking for your time nowadays.
Well, we all do. But yours is important for you, and I appreciate you calling and taking care of that wonderful daughter of yours and helping her grow.
Thank you so much. We're going to put all the links you mentioned are going to go in the description below.
Good.
And they'll be on our website. We're going to put your bio, links to all of your socials and your website on our website as well.
Great.
Thank you so much for letting me fangirl yesterday.
Oh, it was fun.
And thank you so much for coming on the program.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Love you. Leta,
See
bye.
everyone on Tuesday. Bye. Can you say bye, Leta? And
She
thanks
did.
for coming on.
Right. Hello, thank you for watching the podcast, and please subscribe, and also look at the adorable paper. So if you want to subscribe for it, and also please leave a like, and don't forget, if you subscribe to our stuff, you won't miss any of our new podcast stuffies. And also, did you see the adorable paper? Don't you like it?